Hi, Paul from elkinsdiy.com. Today playing around with edging my lawn with a nice little Bramble Rock wall. I guess you'd call it a wall. It's kind of short, but anyway, I'm using these little guys called 4x8s. Just crushed rock. I think it's granite, not positive. Newsflash, I wanted to get this right, so I called the place where I got the rock and I asked, what type of rock is it? She said, it's rock, sir. I said, well, is it granite? Is it quartz? She says, no, sir. It is rock that we get from the quarry. Cool. Glad we got that figured out. Real cheap. The pattern is not very pretty because a lot of these are mostly triangle shaped. They're not square in any way. This is my first time doing this. Having fun doing it. I did learn one thing. Stick with one type of cement. I've been just using 60-pound bags of quick set concrete, cement, one of the two. Another news flash. I learned that concrete is actually cement and aggregate mixed together. And I had two types. One came out gray, one came out a little rusty color. So now I'm just sticking with the gray type. The lawn did hump down to meet the edge of the driveway. So the height of this slowly gets higher and higher, and the midpoint of my lawn I decided to do these steps. Did this the other day. I'm trying to simulate kind of what's going on the other side of the driveway here. Obviously these are bigger stones. House came this way. I love these. Look at these steps. So here are my tools. We got a 5-gallon bucket, your fast set concrete. I got a face mask for when I start mixing this stuff. A pair of gardening gloves. These are pretty cool. This is all I use. I even mix it up with just my hand. Okay, last and final news flash. Don't use these gloves. Later on I discovered that I got burns from the lye leaching through these cloth gloves, and I had second-degree burns, so don't go there. Use rubber gloves. Knee pads, these are good to have. A brush. This is what I use to open the bag with. Water. And the tarp here. So what I've done is I laid out about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocks, kind of where I want them before I mix up a quick batch. And yeah, that's where we'll start. That's about the consistency I like it. That's all I got, just that little bit. That's enough to play with for a few minutes while I figure out what I'm going to do. See if I can. That's a good one. I like that. So we'll start off this one right there next. Before this sets up, we're going to clean the bucket. Again, this is quick set. I don't know if it's the right stuff to use, but I like it because I can continue on with the wall without having to wait too long. That's when we use the brush. Start to set up a little bit. Not only on the bucket, but it's setting up on the rock. So, this is at a point where we use this to scrub the rock down. Very lightly, just wherever we've got cement on it. Looks good. Thank you.
If you use bigger rocks, it'll be faster.
Yeah, but then my back will get sore. Right? Just like that. I'll let that set up a little bit before we go into the next course. First thing you want to do is pull out the weeds, obviously. So now I got the sheet laid down that'll block out the weeds, and we are ready to start again. So I just threw the rocks down randomly. I didn't want them to look pretty. I wanted them to be a little disheveled. It's kind of where I started, and I want to kind of finish with that same pattern. So it ain't pretty, but if it's not pretty to begin with, continue making it ugly. And in the end, it'll look pretty good. It's like you meant it that way. Throw it under the base. Keep the rocks from wobbling around. All this is going to be covered with more stuff, so I'm more concerned about making this front face look pretty. Now I run around with my finger, all the joints, move it out a little bit. This will be covered with rock here so you won't see it. Now we're pretty much done. I'll let that set up for a minute or two. Then I'll come back with the brush and clean all the rock up. Well, we're getting a little more done here. Ways to go. I've really enjoyed just the way this wall has gone together. Very free form, as you can tell.
You are doing such a great job.
Thank you. Winding it up finally.
Come almost to the end. You're almost there.
Oh, so close too. From the top down very carefully, as some of this is still setting up. But again, just the pieces that are going to be showing. All this will be filled in with rock. I am wearing my crappiest clothes, because I'll probably trash them after this project. Finally got all the rock laid. And I'm going to let this set up overnight, and then I'll fill it with rocks and finish it off. Here I'm just getting off the clay that's built up on the rock and some of the concrete cement residue. Pretty much done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.